Hello everyone, this is Captain. I'm back in Pacific Drive. After the end of the last episode where I spent entirely way too long in that one zone, gathering a whole bunch of Olympium, which, let's sort it. Okay. Olympium, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 181 Olympium fragments. Pretty sure I'm not going to need much more than that. I did some slight repairs to the car. I haven't repainted it yet, but I will figure out what I know exactly what I'm going to do as soon as I get to it. I left off before clicking up. Did I ever scan this? Yeah, I did. Okay. Picking up the item that's in here. And there's going to be some story dialogue, so.
What do you think, Francis?
It could work.
It will work. We don't know anything about the well, but the driver doesn't have to go in completely empty-handed.
You're removing the arc device's limiter and overloading its charge capacity.
Right. So no matter how much energy the car's getting blasted with, the arc will be able to overpower it to open a gateway. It's the only way to extract the driver from whatever's going to happen at the trigger point.
And then we use Allen's suppression technique to keep the whole thing from completely exploding? This sounds like a lot.
It's what we've got. Driver, go on and install that arc device modification. We'll spin up the suppression system in the meantime. Arc device mod's looking good. Now you can head out and overcharge it. We'll give you instructions when you're en route.
Right. Let's see here. I got my 2 magnetic hammers. You know, I'm going to put all that in one. Nothing else in here. I'm going to make myself a couple plasma scrappers, get myself a pry bar, at least one thermovac. I might throw a second one just so I have it. Okay, for the second plasma scrapper in there. Put down 3. I got 176 limb magnets now. All right. The next step will be to go through these. There was one upgrade I was looking for. Mobile workbench. This is one of them. Now that I have enough Olympian fragments. This allows us to up to higher tier items. Like beforehand I couldn't do the plasma scrapper in this bench, but now I can. And like some higher tier parts, like I can actually make off-road tires on site at the very least. Maybe not these ones, but at least you can get off-roads now. What else did I want? Second, was there anything else I really wanted? I could go for the limb chip engine. Because I know most of these things have their uses, I just never really use them. I'm not saying that they're not useful. Oh, wow, that uses only stable energy. Olympian panels, I guess. Okay, I can't do that one yet. All right. Really have no need. I can upgrade them eventually, but when it comes to the kinds of energies that I have, at some point I need to get more marsh eggs. So I will use my energy to get a second locker. Because some of this storage is getting a little out of hand, to be honest. See if we can remember where it's at. There we go. I normally get this decal a lot earlier during my playthroughs. Let's see here. What color should I use? Let's see what it looks like with orange. No. Dark red. Yeah. Okay. Thing is, it doesn't really scream retro. Like, I think it just blends in too well. Sorry about that. Ugh. I don't know. I like it, but I don't love it. There. And you know, I'll probably finish this off later. I think I'll just finish this later. I'm gonna pick these up. Ow. Because it feels like it's going really, really slowly. Okay. Let's see here. We go to the map now. Okay, we're supposed to go here. All right, the fastest path would be D1A7A. Let's see here. One thing I'm not liking, there's a pacemaker, but there's pickpockets. Because I'll be skipping all the way to this one here. And let's see what happens if I re-roll it and get rid of the pickpocket list. I'm assuming this not recognized as a blacksmith. It's either this, that might be the Boom Bunny actually. And then I don't know which one of them's the blacksmith, one's the Boom Bunny that I haven't been able to scan. I tried to scan a couple of them last time. I just couldn't get them in time because they're so fast. It's hard to catch them. I have to do a Shaggy Scrambler, so I'm going to want some flare guns. I'll bring some scrap with me. I'll see what Ida has. Oh yeah, I got 4 Olympium torches. I was kind of hoping... Part of me wants to re-roll to see if I can get something better. You know what? I'm going to save. And then if I don't like my re-rolls, I will reload it. And then just keep this. Oh, definitely no. Definitely no. Alright. No more re-rolls, so I am going to be right back, and I'm going to reload, and we'll get going. Pause. So I spent probably about 10 minutes in 10 minutes. Basically, I would go in, I would go here, re-roll multiple times. I never got anything that didn't have either a Shaggy Scrambler or a pickpocket. And almost always either got fuel evaporates and eerie darkness, which fuel evaporation is a little better for me. If I leave during the daytime, at least I can see stuff. And nothing, I never got the pacemaker again in 10 minutes of re-roll. And like I would go in, re-roll 3 times, see what they had. Almost, I would say 90% of the time, a pickpocket showed up. So I'm just going to leave it as is. and just settle with the fact that I'm not going to have a pacemaker. That would have been nice to be able to take some stuff, but I technically could re-roll these other ones, but these are like there's a pufferfish on both of these. I just have to deal with the shaggy scramblers, which are easy. I was just hoping to get the pacemaker back more than anything. So it's going to be there's going to be the highway junction and then this one. So if I can actually, because you can't do this without modding the game with the bed. So it's 9 in the morning now. I want to see if I can get it where I'm going to depart in the middle of the night. So actually I should have kept it at the 1 in the morning thing. So yeah, keep it 1 in the morning. So when I do the highway part, because there's that, when you do a highway part, there's like a small straight road, and then you go to the junction, which I'm probably going to get a third thermal pack. Because between salamander grottos with the marsh eggs and then the neon reef stuff, they're the only 2 mid-zone resources that I'm short on. Oh yeah, every time you reload you get a new message. I'm always hallucinating here. It's called being on drugs. So, did I grab the scrap? I did not. I don't want the batteries. I want the scrap. So, no, not the rubber. Let's take some extra and see a magnetizer. That's 300. Let's do 400. I'm not going to be doing much for looting other than the resources. Famous last words. If you've been watching my entire series, you know that I sometimes can't resist being a loot goblin. So we're going to be doing some overcharging while we go here. And we have 2 separate red spires that we're going to be going to. That means more Olympium, which reminds me, I didn't do this yet. Full radiation suit. When you finally get Olympium fragments, anytime the radiation is at 2.5 or lower, I'm completely immune to the damage now. At least just under normal circumstances. Piercing resistance and Olympium shirt. Explosion resistance. I now have all the upgrades. And if I can find red balloons, I'll grab some more red balloons, but I still have upgrades I can do here, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, because I need marsh eggs to upgrade this. Limb chips. Oh yeah. Can I make those yet? I forgot if I did that. Yes, I did. Yeah, I need Olympian fragments for the limb chips. Get a stack of 10 of them in there. Because I could upgrade the engine to the fastest one. It uses a lot more gas. Pretty much at this point, the Turbolite can get you by, like, even the carbureted one technically can. It's just that when you're trying to go up hills, you have issues. Turbolite's a good middle ground one. The amp engine is only electricity usage. So it only runs on electricity. You don't have any fuel at all. You never. So if I use this, I would want to increase my battery capacity and generation massively. You pretty much have to dedicate an entire build to just power generation. Pretty much all 4 of these, like, you couldn't use these side storage, and you probably even need a battery. Both of these would have to be batteries. And the Lippen chip engine is the same thing, basically, except that you have to build around fuel. So going to the fuel, you would have to basically get rid of all your power generation for the most part, except for maybe a little bit, like maybe like the hydro generator or something. And then you want more fuel storage. You'd want to have, like, there's a fuel synthesizer, which I might actually upgrade. But this allows you to use some power, and it generates fuel for you. And when I play my modded playthroughs, it's actually a mod that, because when you use the fuel, and you know what, I'm actually going to unlock it right now. Because the fuel synthesizer, I'll throw it on just for the temporary. It starts out empty, and it uses your power. You'll notice my power is going down. And you gotta give it a little bit, but it will generate fuel. It will eventually fill up. See, you can vaguely see that the bar is starting to go up. It essentially turns power into fuel, pretty much. So when your battery capacity goes and this spills up, then you have to go and you'll have to use your gas can and siphon it out. But there is a mod that it allows it to feed it directly to the gas tank instead of you having to pull it out. I'm going to need one more battery jumper. Wait a minute. I'll make sure I don't have one first. Sort it. I do not have one. This is tools. I got 3 med kits. I do not have any. I have no canned food on me. But yeah, I can actually let that, like, in the garage, I'll let it get completely full. And then charge the battery, so it won't. Once it's full, it won't drain battery anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. I'm not gonna, because I have a fuel drainage thing, but I have. I got too much stuff going through my head at the exact same moment. There's a gas station at this stop. So if I can get through here and then reach this one, I should be able to fuel up. Hopefully it's at the very beginning like that last time. But for now, I'm just going to leave it sit. I'll put it in there for now. I have no reason. Oh yeah, I need flare guns. And make that doesn't belong in there. I'll stick that in there for the moment. Now, can I make flare guns now? I can even make the bio flare guns in the bench if I have bio flares. Oh, there's a stack of only 2. So if I loot some, let's see here, scrap and pressurized cartridges. Pressurized cartridges I get from like the lights and stuff, and sometimes in the Arta Towers. So if I need to make more flares, I can. See how it drains some of my battery a bit. Do I have anything else that's going to be corrupted energy that I can use this for? Another thing that's used, where is it? In the powers, is this anchor energy converter. This is one of the things that's used for power builds. You basically can feed anchors into the thing to charge your battery instead of using it to give you this stable, unstable, corrupt energy. Yeah, I need the blacksmith for this one to be able to do the Olympium panels, but I can do Olympium doors. I'm just curious. I can't even remember what the Olympium does, because there's one of the mods I use makes the Olympium doors, it just impacting explosion resistance. It's the same as it's just a stronger version of the armored. But the mod that I use with my modded playthrough, it adds like the other resistances as well, like radiation and stuff like that. It uses all those as well. So for me, it makes it the Olympium actually more valuable. But I usually run more lead than anything, lead and armored. Especially when you're doing expeditions, you can use less and less advanced parts. I kind of get used to using the less advanced parts. Like, see, I can't even upgrade any of these at the moment. I can use side floodlights, but this one I have to deliberately get myself like abandon a run or die in a run. So when I actually do this, I will like go with a completely empty, like no panels, no anything in my inventory, nothing. I might have like not even a scrapper, and deliberately find like a zone that has like one of these swift storms. Like if I were going to do it this one, I would go to G8 and just hang out. And not do anything except for let the storm take me, or I could just go in and abandon a run. And then I would have to go back to that junction and scan it. I'm just curious. Holy crap, I've been keeping these ones, even though I keep on forgetting to use this one. And I haven't used this one now that I have the Nitro Boost. I have no idea. I wonder if I can fiddle around a bit. I have no idea. I have 5 unidentified works. Did I unlock that already? Yeah, because I had to do it for them, that one. One of my other upgrades that's usually pretty standard when I get to the point where I don't need to really loot anything anymore is I just remember something. Where in the heck is it? Oh, ha ha ha! Yes. I just need to make some carbon fiberglass. Hopefully I have enough. There, I have plenty of carbon fiberglass. Trunk in a trunk, or a bigger augmented trunk storage. Which the inventory Let's see here. Let's put this like that. So you can kind of see the size change. So basically my old storage was all of this. Now you have these extra compartments. Why there's not something right here, I have no clue, but let's leave that right there. So I got a nice little compartment for like 3x3s here. Okay, now that I've spent entirely too long doing all this stuff that I normally do at the end of a previous episode, you know what? Let's change this because I'm going to be changing it next at the end of this anyway. I haven't got my favorite, the one that I normally use. And it's like a dangling crystal. And let's get a little bird up here. And my favorite, this is actually my favorite steering wheel. And this is I already have my favorite shifter on there. I don't have the old one. There's like a specifically, I can't remember what it's called, but there's one that's specifically, like it looks like an old school logo. There we go. That's that. More wood paneling. I use that when I do the wood paneling decal. All right, I'll just keep it as is. All right, really quick, like I'm going to save this. All right, I'm going to get going. Now that it's been an hour. What the hell? Ceiling kit. Busted. What's that one? And that's the case, I'm going to replace my engine. That happened when I was still getting out of the garage. Okay, fuel. I never unlocked the expanded one. Ah, damn it. I would have realized that I wouldn't have, oh, I got one already. I must have it in, yeah. It's only half health. Or, oh, it's full health, but it's half. Because it's radiate. Okay, it can't be. It can be unsealed and stuff, but it can't be. That was so weird. I hope that wasn't a quirk that's causing that to happen. You know what? I'm gonna go into this. Okay, battery something, headlight something, steering wheel something. Okay, so when the steering wheel is doing something, something else happens. Might help by I'm going to spend a little more time diagnosing this. When the wipers turn on, the dashboard power goes down. So when the wipers, I'm going to see dashboard flickers. Okay, it's not that. Switch is off. Nope. No, it's not toggles. No, what? Maybe the switch is on? Okay. Okay, something with the... Okay. Let's see what happens with the battery. Battery is full, something happens. So I'm not going to worry about that too much because I'm not going to be full very often. When the battery stays... The headlights stay off. Okay, steering wheel... Maybe... Dashboard's fuel gauge fails. You see that with the fuel gauge? When it swerves hard, the fuel gauge fails. When the wipers, not wipers, steering wheel swerves hard, fuel, no. Dashboard fuel gauge fails. Okay, it must be stay as turning. What? I was turning left. There we go. In essence, it's not bad. Okay. So with what's left... So we know if the battery is full, something happens. Wipers do something. One of my things is either headlights or the wipers stay off. Something happens. And my third one's battery is full. Stays off. Okay, it was okay, when my headlights turn off, the wipers stick. Or the wiper, when the... Yeah, there we go. So the headlights one is either if it stays off or switches off. Wipers stick. There we go. So I've spent nearly a half an hour of this, at least a half an hour of the video just doing this stuff without actually going into the, even doing the mission yet. Okay. So something happens when the battery is full. And then the other thing is wipers. Let's use a hint. When the wipers go left, something happens. Radio volume changes. All right. Wipers goes left. Let's see, a radio changes volume. Another innocent quirk that would be... Okay, now the battery is full. Something happens. I don't know. many more guesses do I have? Let's do this. Something with the bad dashboard. You know what? I have 3 guesses remaining. It's not that. Oh, there we go. So the battery's full, the dashboard switches on faster, which is... There's no reason to get rid of that. So, now that... Maybe I should just make this a whole episode, just an interlude. Fixing stuff and... fixing quirks. Like trying to figure out how to diagnose quirks, mini episode. So I think I might actually do that, and I'll probably just immediately start the next episode. So the next one will be literally back to back. So I will make this an end of the interlude episode. So I hope that I will then bore you so much with this tinkering process, for lack of a better term. So I will hope to see you next episode, and thank you for watching my scatterbrain chaosness. I hope to see you then.